The Sarcasm Speaks. It's Jared and Bob. And if you're on YouTube and you're like, this looks like the last episode because they're wearing the same stuff. Well, it's because it is. We obviously, well, maybe not obviously to other people, but we have my bachelor party this weekend. So we are literally going to end up recording 4 episodes over the course of 2 days or 3 days or something like that.
Speaking of, the one didn't go live this morning.
It didn't?
Not podcast. YouTube went live.
YouTube went live. Huh. That's an interesting turn of events over here that we have.
I would have told you earlier, but my mic stopped working.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we are. So Finn's not with us now. He was with us before, but I just saw on Twitter as I was scrolling in our intermission here that tomorrow is a all hands on deck meeting, I guess, apparently for the PGA Tour in regards to the Live Tour. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what they're going to talk about. I thought they already had one of these.
Yeah, so Alan Shipnuck just tweeted it not too long ago. He's the guy that wrote the Phil Mickelson book, for anyone that doesn't know who that is. And he said that rumor has it that Tiger is flying in just for the meeting. So I don't know where the meeting's taking place. I don't know if it's happening in Wilmington. I would imagine Wilmington. Probably because that's where most of the people are.
Or anyone that matters is.
Yeah. So it has to do with the Live Tour again, obviously. So I don't know. I have no idea what it's going to be about, but I guess
I don't know what they're talking about either. Like what are they going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, there was like rumors of boycotting majors or something. So I don't know if they're saying like the tour players are going to boycott majors if they don't ban the Live guys.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That is one of the dumbest things I think I've ever heard.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I mean, I would love to give you my thoughts on what I think they'll talk about. I have no idea. What the fuck are they going to talk about?
Yeah, I truthfully don't know either.
Outside of giving in because their strategy hasn't worked.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's also rumors that, this is Jay Monahan's last ditch effort to try and save his job. Because people are not happy with him.
Yeah. So, again, I'm trying to like scroll quickly and like see if anyone has like, I don't know, anything.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing shit from anyone that matters. Like, I don't really care what some of these people have to say.
Yeah. Huh, that's interesting. I just went on Podbean, and it says it was published. It says today's episode was published today, but it does say there were 0 downloads for it.
If I was to go to Spotify.
Yeah, I just went on my Spotify and it didn't pop up.
Someone's lying.
Yeah. We got shadow banned from Podbean. So we talked about aliens. The title of that one was Bring on the Aliens.
Delete it and redo it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to do that. Figure something out. So we'll get it back up there. It went on YouTube. We get surprisingly more of our numbers on YouTube at this point. Or we have been, at least more recently. I think summertime's a tough time for people with podcasts. I don't think they listen that much or they add more. I think historically our numbers have always dipped in the summertime. But whatever. It's not like we have fucking legitimate advertisers we need to hit fucking KPIs for or anything. So
I hate when people use KPIs in like normal talk. Like people, like it's like somewhere how down the line people thought it was okay to use KPI outside of a legitimate actual business meeting. And I just don't get it. I don't know if I ever will. But
how do they use it?
Well, it's like business people use it to not use it in non-business terms.
Oh, okay.
Because they heard someone talk about like what are your KPIs?
Oh,
establish
okay.
your KPIs. Oh, well,
Okay.
KPI for my business is a staff meeting every Thursday. I'm like, that's not a fucking KPI.
Yeah.
KPI usually is related to dollars in some way.
Right. It's numbers, so it's some form of numbers, right? Whether it is dollars or, like I said, downloads, you know,
Or,
like I said, like
a number that leads to dollars.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just said, like on this podcast, we don't have any of those that we have to hit for sponsors. So we don't have to keep anybody pleased. We could. 18 birdies looking at you should fucking sponsor us. Or literally anybody else.
Buffalo Trace Distillery, where you at?
Yeah, they sponsor Joe Rogan. So, I mean, we're basically Joe Rogan. We're like 2 Joe Rogans. So we should get double the Buffalo Trace sponsorships.
Yes, that KPI works.
Yep. Makes total sense to me too. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to float through Twitter.
Dude, don't even bother. No one knows anything. No one's saying anything. I just don't understand.
I would go back to Alan Shipnuck. Like if he's the one that's going to break it. No, not now.
Yeah.
The meeting is tomorrow. I'm saying tomorrow. Like I'll have to float through Twitter tomorrow at some point, you know, during the day to see if Shipnuck or anybody else posted anything what the meeting was about.
Why the fuck would the PGA Tour boycott majors?
That's the dumbest thing ever.
Insane.
The dumbest thing ever. Not to mention, like the players wouldn't do it.
Like how?
Like,
yeah,
you're gonna tell someone like
Roars.
Yeah, you're gonna tell Rory McIlroy,
hey, for your loyalty, we're gonna boycott the majors.
Who's 33 years old at this point, right?
Cares about at this point.
Like he's got 5 good years left in him. Like 5 like really solid years. He's not gonna fucking.
I don't even want to waste any more time talking about Tiger Woods is flying in. The guy that only cares about majors going forward. They're gonna boycott majors. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, while I was scrolling through the comments, I found my favorite tweet to Alan Shipnuck. It's this guy. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's a no one. But his tweet says, PGA should give them one chance to give all that money back and rejoin the tour. It's going to come out that the Saudis were laundering money to Trump for state secrets using LIV.
That's good. I like that.
Now,
so how does the incompetency take over?
I was just going to say, now, if you listen to the last episode, if Podbean hasn't fucking completely, at that point, it wouldn't be a shadow ban. It would be a full-on ban. If we haven't been completely banned off of our fucking podcast hosting service, and you listen to the last episode with Finn when we talked about incompetency and conspiracy, that is one for the fucking ages. It's going to come out that the Saudis were laundering money to Trump for state secrets using the LIV tour.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. How many fucking logical leaps do you have to make with that one?
Especially because the LIV tour is not a US tour.
No. Nope. But yeah, they went to Trump's golf course. So that means that
it's Trump.
Yeah.
Trump's behind it all.
Yeah. Those people are so fucking stupid. I hate
I like that. That's good. That's good trolling, because I will not believe that is a real take. I will not. That's good trolling.
Yeah. Yeah, that has
Many
to be.
layers to it. There's many layers, but
Yeah.
I
So
will not
then-
accept that as a real input from a human being.
So then TW Legion, who I follow, who's like basically the Tiger Tracker now, but it's not the original Tiger Tracker, just tweeted, goes, I hope the Netflix cameras will be rolling as Tiger enters the room tomorrow morning. And I forgot. I just read that tweet and I forgot that Netflix is doing like a season documentary right now.
Yep.
So that is going to be, I don't know. Like if that's one of those things where I doubt the cameras would be there, but even if they were, that footage probably wouldn't make the final cut.
No.
Right. Like Jay Monahan would come
No.
down and be like, you're not going to air that.
Tiger would be like, get that fucking camera away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm here to throw my dick up on the table.
Yeah, I'm here to tell everyone to shut the fuck up and play golf. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna put my balls on fucking Jay Monahan's eyes.
yeah. Jay, listen, you little bitch.
I'm the
You
fucking
work for
commissioner
us.
now.
Yeah.
Make that into a meme. The fucking the pirate. It's not the pirate. It's fucking Tiger. He's the commissioner now.
Superimpose Tiger's head. I'm the commissioner now.
That would be like a WWE type thing though, where it's like, Austin, you're fired. Oh, actually, now you're the general manager. It's like, what the fuck? How the fuck did we go from
yeah
that to that?
Or it's like, Austin, you're fired. Well, actually, your wife and your daughter gave me their controlling share. So now I'm your boss.
Yeah.
You can't fire me. I'm your boss.
It is crazy. It just keeps coming back to that.
Yeah. The whole thing is just nuts.
If I was Tiger Woods, I would absolutely eminent domain that fucking commissioner spot. Like, Jay, you're good.
You're done here. Thanks for everything, but you're done.
I'll handle it.
Yeah. Be like a player coach in baseball back in the day. It'll be a fucking player commissioner.
Yeah. It's like Riggs. He'll have to get advice from Riggs.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, I'll peruse Twitter tomorrow and see, but I don't imagine anything massive is going to come out.
Also, this episode's coming out almost a week later, so
yeah. So there could be huge news.
Credit to us.
Yeah. Well, since we're on the topic, and this isn't really as time sensitive, I saw today, I was going to use this as my final thought, but we're here. So I'm just going to run with it. I don't know if you saw this, but there was a trailer that was released today for PGA 2K23. So we finally have a golf game that's back. So for anyone that doesn't know about the golf world or the video game space, EA Sports had a contract with Tiger Woods forever, basically, that created the Tiger Woods PGA Tour, from 2000, I think, to 2015, 14 or 15, something like that.
I couldn't tell you which year exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I have Tiger Woods PGA Tour 14 for Xbox 360. That's the one that I used to play. So that might have been the last one, or there might have been one more. I don't know. And then there was just no golf game after that. So those games were awesome. The Tiger Woods PGA Tour golf games were fucking phenomenal. They were so much fun. Like I said, I still play PGA Tiger Woods 14 occasionally, but it was that good. But they just didn't have a golf game, until I think last year. They came out with Rory McIlroy 2K21. So maybe I guess it was 2 years ago, because the 2K21 comes out in 2020, maybe sometimes. I don't know. That's what they do for football, at least. So I don't think that one was that good. I think Jones had it, or has it. I think he said it's fine, but it's nothing great. So we're going to get a golf game again with PGA 2K23. And it was announced that Tiger Woods was involved in the development.
I would say so. Because the big thing is they need a PGA Tour license.
Yeah.
And they need to use courses and course names, and they need that.
Yep.
Because whatever the fuck they released pre-pandemic, during the pandemic,
2K21, that was Rory.
Oh, Rory was actually on it?
Yeah, it was Rory McIlroy PGA Tour.
And then no other golfers?
No, it was like instead of calling it Tiger Woods PGA Tour, it was Rory McIlroy PGA Tour.
I think I'm thinking of something different.
But it was Rory McIlroy 2K21. Instead of Tiger. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
That's what was the camera? You can't even see that.
I cannot.
It just says PGA Tour 2K21 with Justin Thomas on the front.
Okay. Oh, so it wasn't EA Sports version.
No, it wasn't EA Sports. And
no. I found this one. That's the Rory McIlroy PGA Tour was EA Sports.
Oh.
So I think that was the one that was very not good.
Well, this one was also very not good because it didn't have real courses or anything.
So the 2K21 PGA Tour 2K21 was the one with JT on it. Yeah. Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour was in 2015. Okay. So that's what it was. So the last Tiger Woods PGA Tour was 2014. They'd used Rory McIlroy for 15, and then they just didn't make another golf game until 2K Sports made 2K21. So again, anyone familiar with the video game space, 2K and EA are, I guess you could call them rivals, but they're the two biggest sports game producers who essentially fuck with each other all the time. And it all started with EA Sports back in the day, because if you're old enough to remember, there used to be Madden NFL football, which was made by EA Sports. And then there was also 2K football made by the 2K brand. And then EA Sports decided to sign an exclusive rights deal with the NFL, which made Madden NFL football the only NFL game that was allowed to be made, which pissed off 2K Sports, which made them sign an exclusive rights deal with the MLB, which took away, in my opinion, the greatest video game franchise of all time, which was MVP Baseball, which was an EA Sports brand that ceased to exist because 2K had the exclusive rights to baseball. They made shitty baseball games, and then they basically just traded blows from there. I think
because I think NBA has
NBA took the exclusive license with 2K because then they got rid of it. It used to be NBA Live was the EA Sports version. So then I think EA took hockey. So EA Sports had the exclusive rights on the NHL and the NFL, and 2K had the MLB and the NBA.
Who's got FIFA? EA Sports?
EA Sports has FIFA. So they basically just started fucking with each other all the time until I think next year, or either 2023 or 2024, is when Madden's or EA's exclusive license ends with the NFL.
They will not get outbid on that.
So
whatever the price is.
Well, I think they're just going to open it up again. Like they're going to do away with the exclusive rights deal.
Oh.
And so there'll be 2 games again. So you'll be allowed to have 2. So unless something has changed, I read a little bit about that during pandemic, because, we had nothing else to do.
The before time.
Yeah. The time when time didn't exist. So
that was insane.
Yeah, that
I don't
was
want to go into it, but that's my official comment.
yeah, that was absolutely insane.
Drinking Evan Williams on a Tuesday.
So yeah, we're gonna have a new golf game, and Tiger Woods is heavily involved. So that's the only rumor that I got from it. I don't know if it's going to be Tiger Woods 2K23, but it is going to be produced with 2K. So I don't know.
They got to get the fucking courses.
That's the big thing. And so that's what Jones had said. I think he got 2K21, the one with JT.
It was all two TPCs.
And it's only TPC courses because that's what the PGA Tour has the license for. So
TPCs are the fucking worst.
Yeah. So you need Augusta, you need St. Andrews, and Tiger Woods 14 had all of them.
Or you need, so this, it could be cool. Like you need the hits. So you need, I would say,
Beth
you need
Page.
Pebble, Shinnecock,
Oakmont,
maybe Wingfoot. Oh, definitely Oakmont. Pebble, Pinehurst, Oakmont. Yeah. Pebble, Pinehurst, Oakmont.
So those are all the ones that are on Tiger 14. I can tell you which ones they are. So it's
which ones are US Open courses?
Oakmont, Pinehurst.
Do they have Shinnecock or
no, they have
Wingfoot?
Bethpage.
Yeah, so Bethpage is a PGA now.
So the thing with Tiger 14, I don't have it because I bought it during the pandemic. But when it was new, half of the courses that they had were like downloadable content. So you had to like pay whatever, like $10 to download all the courses. So there's actually like 30 courses available in that game, but I only have access to 15. So TPC Norton, or TPC Boston, I should say, is in Tiger 14, but I can't play it because I bought it fucking 8 years after the game was made. So the downloadable content expired. Same thing with Bethpage is in it, but I can't play it.
So I'm seeing
Colonial is in it. I can't play it.
So I'm seeing Spyglass, Bethpage, Muirfield, TPC Louisiana, Augusta, Oak Hill, Oakmont, Royal Troon, Royal Barksdale, Royal County Down. I'm seeing those as the standards.
Yep.
And then actually, I don't know what the fuck that was. Muirfield, Oak Hill, Augusta, St. Andrews, TPC, Valhalla. That says updated.
Yep.
Mission Hills, Pinehurst, TPC, Pebble, Oakmont, Troon, Birkdale, Torrey Pines, Eastlake, Spyglass, Crooked Stick, PGA National, Atlanta, Kiowa. That's the standard.
Yes.
The historic edition is 1934 Augusta, the par 3 Shashan. I don't know what the fuck that is. Royal County Down, Royal Melbourne, and the Blue Monster at Doral. And then I guess you could order Old Pinehurst 2, Bethpage. No, was Bethpage in there? Maybe it was. Whistling Straits, Colonial, TPC Boston. A couple more TPCs, Wolf Creek, Black Wolf Run, Banff, Celtic Manor. Yeah, so I think personally, what would be cool is you get a couple US Open courses, couple PGA courses, couple overseas courses. And then what would be fucking sick is if they started going to like the cool courses, but the tour doesn't play them.
Yeah.
So even like a Sweetens Cove, which is like 9 holes and very whatever, but like it's like a really like just cool spot, and like you can go play that. Yeah. Like it's not a tour course, but maybe there's room for like a different type of play. Like I don't know, but
yeah.
Or skip a step and then go to like the honors course or Seminole, like these places that are like fucking lights out, like top 100 courses that we never see ever.
Right.
I think that would be pretty cool too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think there's the tweet I saw, there's an announcement next Monday. It said August 22nd. There's an
Maybe that's what the
announcement.
players are meeting about tomorrow.
Yeah.
The video game.
About 2K23.
When does Live 2K23 come out?
Yeah. Yeah, that should be great. That would be a great for video games though. You could do it like the old WCW,
Nitro.
The Nitro.
Nitro and No Mercy.
Yeah. So that was great wrestling video game time. So do it for golf. Why not? All right, what else we got going on here? You got anything?
I'll go into something. So I gotta pull it up, but
Is it the commuter thing? Everyone's being told to stay home.
no, not that. Is this it? Yes. So US man gets $450,000 after an unwanted work birthday party triggered a panic attack.
Jesus.
Kentucky man says former employer ignored his request not to celebrate his birthday due to his anxiety disorder. So now attorney Ryan on Instagram gives us the breakdown. How do you get $450K for your birthday? A man with an anxiety disorder asked his company to remove him from the birthday list. The office manager forgot and threw an office party anyway. He had a panic attack from all the attention.
Jesus.
But that's not why he got the $450K. The following day, the employee was confronted and criticized for his bad behavior. Instead of apologizing, the company accused him of stealing joy from other coworkers.
Jesus.
The accusations triggered yet another anxiety attack.
Oh, God.
Making it hard for the employee to breathe and causing him to shake with fear. He was then fired for being a bad fit. So,
yikes.
I'm not pulling up the article, whatever. So obviously he got the settlement because wrongful termination, I assume.
Yeah.
So I get a kick out of this too, because it's like the birthday thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't tell anyone when my birthday is because there's no good outcome of events. It goes a couple different ways. One, oh, I didn't know it was your birthday. It's like, oh, do you remember everyone's birthday every time you meet them ever?
Right. That's called autism.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know it was your birthday. I mean, like, I don't have a badge. I don't give out cards that say, hey, this is my birthday. You never knew when my birthday was. When the fuck were you going to find out?
Yeah.
And then, oh, why didn't you tell me it was your birthday? I don't like that. That's like implying. How are we doing today? Good. How are you? Good. It's my birthday. Seems harmless, right?
Yeah.
But then the interaction after that is, oh, I didn't know it was your birthday. So we're right back. We're just spinning ourselves around in circles here.
Right.
And by going with that, it's like, why even bother? Like, let's just move on with our lives. Like, let's just keep it normal. I'm fucking old enough at this point. Like,
it doesn't matter.
Like, if I want to do something for my 40th, there'll be another pandemic and I won't be able to fucking do it. Like, I wasn't able to do it for my 30th. That's just going to be how this works. I understand. I'll probably plan fucking Pebble Beach and it'll fucking explode. Like,
there'll be an alien invasion.
Yeah. And I'll just get probed over and over. Like, that's how that'll work. But like, there's really no like winners to the whole like birthday thing. Anyway, so my personal feelings aside, as someone who thinks birthdays are fucking ridiculous and useless and a waste of fucking time, this guy does not want to have his fucking birthday celebrated. But it's so important to this company that the office manager has to celebrate everyone's birthday, that they can't remember to fucking skip over Milton. Like,
Yeah.
nope, have to do it. And the guy fucking freaks out. And then he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
He didn't even want you people. He doesn't even like you people.
No, he specifically said, do not do anything for my birthday.
And you fucking did it anyway. And he's the bad guy.
Yeah. He gets fired.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, if it's my birthday, let's just fucking skip over it. Like, let's just fucking miss this completely.
Yeah. It doesn't
Nothing
matter.
good comes from it.
No.
And then even if you do it, it's like, oh, well, the cake sucks. Or, oh, that guy wasn't grateful enough. Or, oh, this guy had a fucking panic attack. What an asshole. It's like, there's nothing good that comes from this.
No.
And of course, I'm laughing as I read it because then they're fucking like, he gets confronted about it and has another fucking panic or an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Like, insane.
And he gets almost $500,000.
Almost $500,000.
I wonder, I'm interested. This would be a question for Mike, friend of the show. Shout out to Mike. Do you have to pay taxes on a lawsuit settlement?
Again, so as just I only engage in bird lawyering as a hobby. So we'll just use some guesses here. I want to say that if you're going to pay tax, it would have to be like when a settlement is considered income.
Right.
Right? Because you get taxed every time you make income.
Right.
Now,
but
again,
you also get taxed. There's a gift tax. I think anything more than like $30,000 gets taxed.
I forget what it is. That also might not be true. I'm not sure how that works. I remember going through that with the accountant one time. It's really like not that hard to do. Yeah. Because then there's like family involved. I don't know. I don't fucking know how that whole thing works.
Yeah.
I think like if I wanted to just give you the gym, like you would have to pay taxes on that or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't worth anything. So they might owe you taxes. They might not want you to file that tax return. Oh, this one's okay. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, no, this is good. You just sign that transfer of ownership.
Yeah. You're actually losing in that deal.
Yeah.
But I want to say like, so say you incur a bunch of expenses and say like a contractor fucks you and you already paid that contractor whatever dollars and you sue the contractor and you get awarded the money back. You shouldn't have to pay money back when money was spent.
Right. Because then theoretically that's double taxed.
That's theoretically a reimbursement.
Right. Because you paid taxes on the money that was your income. And then you used your income to pay someone else.
Yeah. The money's already been taxed.
Getting that money back, it's already been taxed theoretically. But like, I mean, like a wrongful whatever suit, right? Like a wrongful termination or a wrongful death or like something like that, where there was no money exchanged. You're just getting $450,000 because you had a panic attack because your company fired you.
I'm guessing you have to pay taxes on that.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Because that comes directly from now. So like, I don't know if like a wrongful death when the family receives the money, I don't know if that gets taxed. That seems like a touchy subject.
Right. Because
they generally don't even want the money. Usually.
I would say
if they can afford to live without it, they usually don't want it.
Yeah.
So like that seems like a fucking scam.
Huh.
I think it really depends on what the settlement is.
So the taxableness of a lawsuit depends on the origin of the claim. So the claim is the reason you are suing and can have different facets depending on what you claim and what you're awarded. All or part of it may be taxed. For instance, and in general, recovery of wages are taxed as wages. Negligent emotional distress is taxed. So that could be wrongful
Okay.
termination. So he probably had to pay taxes.
Well, you said negligent emotional something. That sounds like wrongful death.
Yeah. Damages to a structure, probably not taxed. Physical injuries or physical sickness, probably not taxed. So maybe physical sickness could be a panic attack. I don't know.
Yeah.
Intentional infliction of emotional distress, taxed. Punitive damages, taxed. Employment discrimination, taxed. So that's could be potentially what that falls into also. Copyright infringement is taxed. Pre-judgment or post-judgment interest is taxed. And then there's legal fees, which may or may not be deducted from the taxable amount. This list is not complete, has a lot of nuances. Speak to a qualified tax professional. So
You know what we should
it
do?
sounds like it's
We should bring
probably
on an
taxed.
accountant. That sounds so interesting.
Yeah.
We should bring on an accountant.
Yeah. They're known for their
And we can-
great personalities.
We can talk tax law.
Yeah. I'd rather talk bird law.
I'd rather just like let taxes be like the way that we yell about them, and
Yep.
that's it. Like I don't
Yep.
need to know the actual tax law. It's so fucking underwhelming every time.
Yeah, no, I don't care. Well, speaking about bringing on guests of expertise, we could maybe find we'd have to find a gay person, either a male. Well, I guess are you only gay if you're a male? Can women be gay?
No,
Or are
I
they
think-
lesbians?
I
Men
think
and women can be gay,
I think they can all be gay.
but only women can be lesbians.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Well, that's a side note, because there's a interesting thing happening in the LGB community, and I say that on purpose.
I think you forgot 40 letters.
There is a movement within the community, the said community, that has been trending on Twitter also, and it's called hashtag LGB drop the T.
They're fucking eating their own.
So gay activists
They're eating their own.
have come out and started to turn on people in the transgender community, because they believe that the transgender community has gone too far. So they're like, fuck you, now you're fucking with us. So we don't want you to have anything to do with us anymore. So the hashtag LGB drop the T has been trending multiple times over the last couple of weeks, according to this article that I read from Not the Bee. So Not the Bee is actually great. It's a website that actually writes like real articles. So if you're familiar with the Babylon Bee, they make up fake shit. It's kind of like The Onion. They're satirical, but Not the Bee takes real life things that sound like they should be from the Babylon Bee, and that's what they write about. So the whole LGB drop the T thing sounds like something it would be from like the Babylon Bee or The Onion, but it's not. It's actually real. So I read through this whole article, which was pretty good. There's a lot of like screenshots of people's tweets. And one of them in particular says, no thanks, I'm gay, the G part, which means I exclusively like men, not women who think they're men. And then there's other people that are like, I'm not transphobic because I'm not attracted to you. I am only attracted to certain types of people, and you're not one of them. Like there's another one that's the meme of the shot of Arnold and what's his name, Carl Weathers, in Predator. You know, when they fucking smack hands and the biceps are veiny, and it's on one side it says LGB people and the other side says straight people, and where their hands are holding, it says men are men, women are women. So it gets pretty good. Like I said, I read through the entire article. And there's one point in here that I'll read. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but there's one thing that I think is super interesting, right? And I think it's worth discussion at least. So he's going, or she, whoever wrote this article, says transgenderism relies entirely upon the non-existence of a gender binary, assuming a sliding scale of gender identity that denies there's even such thing as truly a male or truly a female. So needless to say, there can be no gay man if there's no such thing as a man. And there can be no lesbian if there's no such thing as a woman. So at their core, these two things are at odds, right? Like gay, lesbian, and transgender, they just don't fit, right? Because like you just said, transgenderism relies on the idea that there's no such thing as a man or a woman. And gay people are like, yeah, there is, because I'm attracted to them. So now they're at odds and they're going on all kinds of shit. And this has less to do, I think, with transgenderism. I think there's a little bit of a political bias going on here. But in the article, they're talking about like transgenderism has brought in like drag shows for children and all that stuff, which I'm not okay with. I do not think you should take your fucking 6-year-old to a drag show. And they shouldn't be, we've talked about this before in the podcast. You shouldn't be teaching fucking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds about sex in school. Like, that's just not it. This article kind of blames that on the transgender movement. I think that's a little bit of a stretch, to be honest. I can see where they're coming from, but I don't think like the transgender movement itself is like, yeah, we need to teach kids about sex and stuff. It's like, I just don't think they're the ones that have spearheaded it, right? Like, I think it's just kind of taken on a life of its own, unfortunately. But they go on. There's a growing and increasingly vocal contingent of these individuals who have had enough, meaning lesbian and gays, that have had enough of the transgender movement. So then there's another tweet from someone that with the hashtag LGB drop the T. And this person goes, "We didn't sign on for this shit. We don't want kids groomed. Not wanting men in our spaces or to have sex with certain genitalia does not make us transphobes. We promised that it wasn't the slippery slope they feared. You took advantage of our goodwill. Now it's gone too far." So the slippery slope thing, they talk about that in this article. So they go, the slippery slope admission is an interesting one. In the early days of the opposition to the gay rights movement, conservatives warned that once traditional moral guideposts for sexuality were removed on the basis of emotional preferences, they could not later be arbitrarily thrown back down into the ground to deny other claims made upon the same basis. So this person who tweeted that is begrudgingly acknowledging that despite claims to the contrary, the conservative warning was indeed proved accurate. So again, there's a little bit more of a conservative bias in this article to whoever wrote it, but I can, again, see at least where they're coming from. But I do kind of want to, point it out that there is certainly a bias in whoever wrote this article. But yeah, I think it's interesting that lesbians and gays are sick of transgenders. They're sick of the bullshit.
Just give it enough time. They start to eat themselves.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it too is they just push it too far, right? And that's what all those tweets, all the screenshots of those tweets were. It was people who belong to the lesbian, gay, bisexual community saying that you guys have taken it too far. Like, now you've crossed the line. Like, now you're talking about shit and pushing your ideology on people. And I think, talked about this on the show. I don't know. I think it was one of the episodes that Sexy Chris was on. Shout out to Sexy Chris. Or him and I were talking about it and I brought it up on an episode, but whatever it was. And I think it was something along the lines of like, everyone was cool with people being gay. until they started like sexualizing children, right? So like gay people were allowed to get married, and everyone was like, this is cool, no big deal, whatever, we'll do this. Like what, I think it was the early 2000s. I think 2004 was Massachusetts. So I think we were the first state. And everyone was like, yeah, cool. No, it's fine. You could be gay. That's fine. Even now today in 2022, if someone's like, oh yeah, I'm gay, it's like, and the sky is blue. Like, I don't really give a shit. Like, awesome, man. Like you're gay. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like that's we've come a long way in 20 years. But now they're like, there's these factions within that community that are trying to be like, oh no, of course, like we said, of course we should teach 7-year-olds about sex, and obviously we should bring them to all of these shows, and obviously they need to be exposed, and obviously this and obviously that. And what do you mean? You have teachers being like, what do you mean I can't talk to my kids about my sexuality and shit like that? And it's like, well, now you've just gone too far, and now you've ruined it for everyone, because now the whole Supreme Court thing, right? When they were alluding to the fact that they might repeal the ruling that allowed gay marriage to be possible in the beginning. And everyone's flipping out, being like, oh my God, this is fucking terrible. See, this is why Trump is bad. These are why Republicans are awful. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with you completely, but at the same time, like, you didn't think to ask, like, why? Like, why now? It's like, what's going on now that wasn't going on 15, 20 years ago? And it's like, you pushed it too far. Like, no one likes it when you bring kids into that type of environment, right? People are going to get pissed off. And when people are pissed off is when they actually get to action, right? Like that's the only way you're going to get someone to do something, is when they're pissed off. So like I said, it's interesting. Here we are. Let's see how this unfolds. But LGB dropped the T. Big time trending on Twitter.
What about the Q and the other letters?
Yeah, QIAPXXYZ. Yeah, I don't know about all of them either. But I think it's funny that like you're like old school if you're like just gay, right? Like if you're like gay or lesbian, you're like, oh, that's old. Like, it's old school. You know what I mean? It's like, what is wrong with these people now?
I think they make some good points.
Yeah. Hey,
I just want to see the fucking world burn. So
yeah, me too. I always root for chaos.
Let them go.
Yeah, let them go at it.
Did make me think of the McMurray when they're impersonating McMurray. Just keep it away from me, because I ain't one of you.
Well, on that note, you want to start wrapping this up?
Yeah. So the inspiration for why the name is not today, old friend, I might just keep that. I don't know why. Because I'm losing creativity. So earlier today, we were talking about Mo Sizlak. And if you don't know Mo Sizlak, he was the bartender in The Simpsons. So I Googled his name because I wanted to big surprise. I was making suicide jokes with one of the guys. So we were talking about Mo Sizlak, and so I Googled him, and it's so just to start, like before I even get to the Wikipedia, occupation: wildlife smuggling, unlicensed surgeon, former TV actor, bartender of Moe's. Like, it's always because it's like get behind someone's back, they're trying to smuggle a whale into the bar and shit, like shit like that. It says parents Yeti. I think we actually met his parents. Siblings Stringfellow Sizlak. So whatever. I go to the Wikipedia, and The description: grouchy, lonely, miserable, and prone to violent outbursts. Mo is constantly down on his luck and has attempted suicide numerous times. Other running jokes, whatever. So I'm like, I'm just like laughing. I'm just like, this is like, I'm like, this is insane. So what it eventually made me, oh, okay, then the personality, this is the other part. Mo is portrayed with a generally disagreeable personality, has a short, violent temper, penurious nature, crass, diplomatic manner of speech, and a mood that rapidly vacillates between anger, indifference, and suicidal despair. He has an annual Christmas tradition of attempted suicide, but his attempts are comically unsuccessful, like landing on a hot air balloon after jumping out of a plane. He has already called the suicide hotline so many times that they've blocked his number. So I'm just trying to think of. So I was just sitting, I was laughing. I was just laughing, like, because I'm like trying to think, and now, but like when you go back now and actually think about The Simpsons, it's insane how good that like character development was.
Oh yeah.
So the easy one is Homer and Bart, no problem.
Right.
And Lisa and Marge, they're main characters. But then if you start looking at some of these other ones, so you got Mo.
Yep.
You got Ralph Wiggum.
Yep.
You got Chief Wiggum.
Yep. Sideshow Bob.
Krusty the Clown.
Yep.
Oh my God, who's the big? Like, I had another big one. Millhouse.
Yeah.
And it's like you think like watching back, and it's like, oh, you just kind of like breeze over everything. Like if you actually like really think about these characters, Mr. Burns is he's hysterical.
Yeah, Smithers.
And like it's like no shit that the show's been on for 33 years now. It's like it's fucking insane, like how good.
Yeah.
It really is. But because it's animated, they're yellow and it's like a comedy, people fucking shit on it.
Yeah. Well, it was the same thing similar to South Park. Like the reason why South Park could get away with so much was because it was like crude drawings, right? Like they say things. I think that's part of the element of saying and doing things that are fucked up is one, it has to be a cartoon, right? Because you can get away with a lot more with cartoons. And two, like the cruder the artwork, the cruder you can be, right? Like South Park, literally the fucking Canadians, like their head separates when they talk. Like
flapping heads.
Like people don't do that, right? Like people don't do that. So you can use that. And if someone comes at you being like, you did this in your show, you can be like, yeah, dude, the fucking people's head separates when they talk. Like, what do you think this is? You know what I mean? Like we kill the same kid in every fucking episode.
Hi, Philip.
You know, so I think that element goes into it, right? And it kind of does with The Simpsons. Like if someone, you know, they're like, yeah, the people are yellow. Like this dude has squiggles for hair. Like fuck off. His hair is blue. You know what I mean? Like all of these like other things, you can just kind of look at them and be like, fuck off. You can't come at me. This is obviously fake. I think it allows you to get away with a lot more.
I think I might have to watch some Mo Sizlak highlights tonight.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's a lot funnier of a character than I remember.
Yeah, I might actually check that out also. That would be interesting to watch. All right, well, then my final thought, I'm going to dip back into the well again, as I occasionally do with these final thoughts. Officially, Disney Plus has surpassed Netflix in subscribers. So Netflix is starting to make its fall already. If they can't make a profit, How
So
are
you're
they the
telling
same
me
business?
that there's a CEO who I'm gonna look this up. Who's the CEO of Netflix? Because they're probably, yeah, they definitely are. CEO of
So
Netflix.
to be fair, right? Disney streaming
Ted Sarandis.
includes all three. So the Disney streaming service is Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. So they have 221 million subscribers to Netflix's 220.7. So they only have like 300,000 more subscribers now, but they have passed Netflix, and Netflix has dropped. So the Disney package has gone up. It actually gained 14.5 million subscribers from April to June, and Netflix lost 1 million over the same period.
So you're telling me that Ted Sarandis, which I don't know why this sounds like a person, like he must have been the subject of something. So Ted Sarandis last year made 38.2 million in compensation. Some of that's in cash, some of that's in stock. And he's set to receive 40 million for 2022. Yet you and I can black out in a third bedroom and go on and on about why Netflix might not have a sustainable business model.
Yep.
We were unable to come up with a coherent thought. We came up with one coherent thought each.
Yeah.
And then repeated them.
Yes. For like an hour.
But we were right. Victory lap. This is a victory lap.
This is a victory lap.
Oh God. Was that a lost episode of that air?
Truthfully, I don't really remember.
It might have been a lost episode.
It could have been a lost episode.
Because I think you and I listened to it and was like, dude, this is bad.
Yeah.
Like,
if it wasn't, it should have been.
We suck anyway. No, because I think the one lost episode that shouldn't, or the one episode that aired that we thought maybe should have been lost was the Super Bowl episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because we both kind of forgot what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a lost episode, the Netflix one.
Yeah. So there we go. Victory.
We were right. Victory lap.
Right. We were right. We were fucking hammered, like you said, in our third bedroom talking nonsense. But
repeating
the
nonsense.
Fucking CEO of this company couldn't figure out
that
what we figured out.
Yeah.
So Netflix on the way down. They lost 1 million subscribers over the last 3 months. The Disney package has added almost 15 million. So here we go. Well,
if only someone could have saw it coming.
If only someone had the foresight, If they don't make a profit, I don't understand.
Well, if they increase expenses and don't increase their viewer base,
yeah,
how are they going to make any money?
Yeah. So that's going to do it for us. So thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, like, rate, subscribe, review. If you're an audio only guy, do the same thing over there, whatever service you use. Tell everybody you know about the show. Thank you to mybookie.com. Use the promo code SarcasmPod to double your first deposit up to $1,000. Also, thank you to grillyourassoff.com. Same promo code SarcasmPod. Get you 10% off your order every single time you check out over there. You can get us on Twitter at sarcasm_speaks. Facebook is Sarcasm Speaks. Instagram is at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Website is sarcasmspeaks.com. And until next time.